All right, welcome back, guys. I can promise you today on the show we have a super special guest, and all the way from Botswana we have Zenzele Hirschfeld. She's going to tell me if I pronounce her name correctly or not. And she's the chairperson of the Botswana Musician Women's Wing, founder of Women of Works, entertainment practitioner, international artist and events manager, music promoter, modern impresario, agent, and motivational speaker. Zenzele is very well known for arranging incredible cultural exchange programs and by working with international artists such as the late Hugh Masekela, Mafikizolo, Shepeshola, and Sontin Dembele, to name a few. She continually crosses borders to harmonize Botswana culture with the globe's rich cultures. And Zenzele has received several awards for her work. And just last night, she received the Women's Awards Botswana 2022. She received the Best Woman Promoting Entertainment, Arts, Culture, and Heritage. Congratulations. We're super thrilled to have her on the show today. And we're going to talk to her about her work, her projects, women in Botswana entertainment industry, the progress that has been made, what excites her the most about the work she does, and just learn more about Botswana and the entertainment industry out there in general. I'm excited and I can't wait to talk to this incredible lady. As always, listeners, you know what to do. Combine Jambo Radio and Scotland across any of the social media platforms and you will find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of it. We are there, Jambo Radio Scotland. And if you have a smartphone, just say Siri, Alexa, or Google Assistant, play me Jambo Radio, and off we go. And if you want to download the app, just download the Glasgow Radio app and you'll be with us right now. You can also watch the show live on Twitch, Facebook, and you can listen live right now on www.jamboradio.co.uk. Once again, that's www.jamboradio.co.uk. And if you want to join us live and call the studio right now and join us, Zenzele is here with us. I'm here, Serena is here, Alex is here, we're all here. Just call the studio line 07-542-002891. That's 07-542-002891, and you'll join us right here live. But for now, here's the lady herself, Zenzele. Welcome to the show.
Hello, baby. How are you?
I'm fine. Welcome. It's so good to have you on the show. It's so good. Good morning. What time is it out there in Botswana?
It's probably lunchtime, I think, in Botswana. Yeah,
okay.
All
right. Okay, so it's just about a couple of hours.
Around lunchtime, yes.
Okay, all right. And before we start, let's settle this all together. Okay, before we start the show. So Botswana is the country. Botswana are the people. And Setswana is the language. Is that correct?
Yes.
Because we always say people from Botswana are called Botswana, right?
And we speak Setswana.
Setswana. Yes. I love it. And all the languages out there are just incredible. Just they sound amazing. Anyway, I know I've introduced you a little bit, but can you tell us a little bit about yourself in your own words, Zenzele?
Oh my God. Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, just
interrupting the whole.
No, it's fine. There's a lot of technical stuff going on, but that's when you're a busy lady, lots of stuff is always happening around you. That's fine.
And I have a lot of things on the background, but like I say, like you just said, I won an award last night, so it's been. And a day that I did not plan for, quite a number of things are coming through. I've got to get ready at last minute that I can be able to receive the award because I couldn't attend the event yesterday.
Right. Okay. So you received it in honor. Someone received it in your honor.
Yes. Somebody received it on my honor. Yes.
Fantastic. But tell us about yourself, just in your own words, a little bit about yourself. We're curious to know.
My name is Zenzele Hirschfeld, and I've been in the creative space for more than 24 years.
Wow.
I've been a promoter since high school days, since my high school days. To me, it's more of a calling than a job. I always say that it's been a calling more than a job. It started as a passion. With Botswana being neighboring to South, Botswana is found in Southern Africa, with Botswana getting to tap on a lot of, on a lot of talent from South Africa.
Yeah,
I got to have a passion at a very, very younger age, in my late in my early 20s. That's when I really had a passion of, to be in the creative space.
Yes.
And immediately after I finished high school, I knew that I wanted to have a space, in the creative industry. And that's when I became a music promoter. That's when I started my company, Zen Promotions. And the company at first was, very instrumental in managing Botswana's Botswana's artists in Botswana, and also being South Africa's hub in Botswana.
Okay.
Because as you know, Botswana and South Africa are neighbors, and during the apartheid years in South Africa, a lot of South Africa's artists became more like Botswana citizens. They were exiled.
Exiled.
Yes, they were exiled in Botswana, and we got to be more of, home to South Africa's artists. Hence, my relationship with a whole lot of South Africa's artists, and some of the very first artists that I studied internationally were from South Africa.
Right.
At a very young age, I've, my name Zenzele means the Zulu Ndebele name. It means rise up and do it for yourself.
Okay.
So it has always been a great motivation in what I do. And women empowerment and giving back has also been what I really enjoy doing. I'm a therapist, and I've collaborated with quite a number of women organizations, in music, in women empowerment projects, which is very key to my heart. And I do a lot of charity work. Okay. Hence, this morning you have seen me on a purple regalia, because this morning in Botswana we are celebrating Purple Day.
Yes, epilepsy awareness.
Living with epilepsy. Yes, epilepsy awareness.
Okay. So that's amazing. So we're going to come and we're going to break all that down in pieces, all your work with women, your charity work, and all of that. But before we do that, tell us a bit about the Botswana entertainment industry itself. Is it a big one? Is it like, I know it's a hub, you're close to South Africa, and South Africa is a massive music industry and creative and entertainment industry. Is it the same in Botswana? Is it like a smaller version, or does it have its own culture around it?
We've towards the last, Botswana's base has really grown in terms of the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
We now have our own collection royalty system.
Okay.
Recently, our government has just put a board of Botswana National Arts Council. We're having a council. A lot of things will now start to be professionalized.
Right.
In terms of the creative space or entertainment industry now being regarded as a profession.
Yeah.
We are still at infancy stage in terms of growth. In terms of representation, Botswana has got its own sound. We've got different genres of music that are continuously to dominate. We've had our artists nominated even in the diaspora, in international platform of awards. We have an active industry that is really promising, that really even had its footprints across the world. We're not only just making in Africa alone, but we've had Botswana's artists being nominated in, that includes the Afrima Awards that celebrate African music in the USA, in Texas. Several musicians being nominated for those particular awards. And recently we found Botswana artists also partaking in the Dubai Expo. That has been taking place in the month of March.
So when you say genres, what kind of genres of music are there? Because you have Afrobeat is just not one thing, the different versions of music. So what is the I don't want to say local, what is the culture, what's the music out there? What are different genres called?
We have folklore, because as Botswana we're a very cultured community.
Right.
We're a very cultured community. We've got folklore, we've got traditional music, of which we just used to sing without even instruments. But now we've got contemporary traditional music of Botswana. We have the jazz genre, we have hip hop, we have kwaito, we have, you know, different different
Right.
we've got different cultures of music that have
Yes.
been mushrooming
Yeah.
as well. We've got vested in terms of music growth, you know. So yeah,
Yeah.
we
And
are
you
really
and
getting there.
and you're quite passionate about, you know, women in music, women the creative industry, women in general, women's empowerment in general. So
Yes.
and you founded Women of Works. So what exactly is Women of Works? And
You know, back then when I started being in in the entertainment industry, a whole lot of women, you know, I found myself that I'd be just one woman sitting in a room full of men.
men.
You know, the industry was so male dominated, even in terms of leadership. Music business, you'd find men leading even in terms of decision making. Yet when it comes to execution, we find a whole lot of women, you
Yeah.
know, participating
Doing
or
the actual
partaking
work.
in the creative space. You know, so now we get to see a few other women now, you know, or a few platforms that stand out to represent women. So when Women of Works was formed, I found that particularly myself, I was becoming like a beacon of hope to the girl child in Botswana.
Okay.
And when I looked around, there were not so many Zenzeles that were coming up. So I decided to come up with Women of Works Botswana, a
Yeah.
movement that would advocate for women that are in the creative space. Because most of them were there, but nobody was identifying them. Nobody was willing to give them a platform to showcase the
Okay.
different talents that they have as
Okay.
women in the creative space
In
of
the
Botswana. And
yes.
that is how WOW was birthed
Right.
in
And
2018.
right. And is it a what kind of organization is it? Is it a charity? Is it a working? Is it an actual company? Is it an enterprise? What is it? Wow.
Wow, it's a movement.
Right.
It's not a company. It's a movement. It's an
Right.
advocacy that stands for women that are in the creative space. We are just in the process of having it as a non-profit making
Yes. An
organization
NGO.
because you know we would like to have international aid as well. We'd like to have it, you know, collaborate and affiliate with other women organizations that are just across the world.
Right. So what are some of the projects you've done you've had a hand in recently that you've worked on recently?
Um, Zen Promotions is or Zenzele. I'm really instrumental into, you know, I love I love taking part in women empowerment platforms. I've recently just my company has recently just coordinated the fourth Miss Millennium Beauty Pageant, and this
Okay.
is a beauty pageant, beauty from within. It's a beauty pageant with a difference. Women who take place in this beauty pageant are, and we are not just looking for any woman. We are looking for a woman who wants to make a difference in her community. And through this platform, Zen Promotions was able to develop a whole lot of women and have them making differences in their communities.
Okay.
Because we get to look for a woman that is not only showcasing the beauty that she has inside her or
Yes.
her persona, but she also gets to see and proves to the judging panel what kind of a difference she will make to her respective community.
Yes.
And it's been in existence for 14 years, and we've collaborated with phenomenal women.
Okay.
One of the women that we've collaborated with, her name is Renze of the Renze Foundation. I really like to thank her so much because she's been, you know, supporting since the last 4 years that we collaborated. We met her in 2015. I fail. She makes sure that she supports this beautiful initiative. We have even affiliated with women that are across Botswana, women that are across the diaspora as well. There's one lady called Sekgetho. She's based in the she also highly supports the initiative. So it's
Yeah.
been such a great journey. It has birthed great relationships of influence, of a difference, and it Miss Millennium continues to make a difference and into the different lives of Botswana.
Yes,
And
and
we
it's
hope
something.
that,
No, go ahead. You hope.
yeah, and we hope that it will also get to grow, and we collaborate with a whole lot of women that are in Africa and the rest of the world.
Yes, and is this something that's based only in Botswana? Is it something that's Africa wide, Miss Millennium?
No, Miss Millennium for now is based in Botswana,
Right.
but we want to spread our wings. We'd love to
Yes.
affiliate, touch base with
Yes.
women that are, in Africa and for the
Yeah.
rest of the
I mean, you can
years.
make it an Africa-wide thing. You can make it an
Yes,
Africa-wide competition. That would be great. I was actually you know the Eurovision Song Contest. Do you know about it? It's in Europe, and all the different countries all send somebody to represent the country and sing a song and win at the end of the day. And now the Americans are doing their own version. Sarah, did you hear that? They're having a
so
America Vision. Can you hear me, Zenzele?
no,
They're
I
having
can hear you. Sorry,
They're having America
I had a bit
Vision,
of I just had a little
where
bit of a technical thing
no,
that
it's
sorted out.
fine. Where different
Yeah.
states are sending different recording artists who already exist actually to represent the different states, and they're going to have like an America version. So I was thinking Africa could do that, and you could organize that. We could have an Africa-wide version where every country sends somebody, and it's hosted in South
Yes,
Africa or
where
in
there is some
Botswana or
women that are
somewhere.
put in. Yeah, most definitely. I
Yeah.
Botswana would love to. I think if you know very well about Botswana, Botswana is a tourist destination. Yeah, we've got the rivers, in the Chobe, which is in the northern part of our country, and we're known for our beef, for our, our succulent beef. We're known of our diamonds. We're known of our
Yes.
culture. We have a beautiful rhythm of song. We're known for that as well. It's such a beautiful country that I would definitely look into it, that we should invite different women of different cultures to
Yes.
showcase culture, to showcase how they can make a difference in their own communities, in their countries.
Yeah, and
So
we
that is
just did sorry to cut you off. We just did an African travel segment on Botswana last week, and we just
wow.
went explored the whole country and went around the country, didn't we, Serena? And we learned so much about Botswana just last week. So it's amazing that we have you on the show today. Actually, just after that,
Wow.
and
The country, our pride. My Botswana,
it's
our pride.
that's beautiful. The fact that you can people just sit and talk about their country and just I can feel the pride coming from you and how much you love your country, and that's a wonderful thing. And I think it's regarded as a success story in Africa, isn't it, Botswana? Economically, you guys are doing
Yes,
quite
Botswana
well.
has had it has had a very great democracy. It's a country that was once colonized by the British, but we've
Yeah,
had we've had a great political landscape.
yeah,
We've managed we've managed as a nation to remain in unity, and in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of growth, I'm really confident to say we have really done
wow.
very, very well,
I'm
and
so
I'm proud
jealous. We
to be
can't say the same thing in West Africa. I'm so jealous of you guys. That's
yeah,
amazing.
I'm very proud to be a Motswana and embracing the blue, black, and white flag.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, what is the biggest project you've worked on so far? I know you do all the international crossovers. You bring different people to Botswana and take artists out of Botswana to other countries as well. So, what would you say is the biggest project you've worked on so far?
I'll say that the biggest project that I've really worked on, just last year I hosted a Clash of the Giants, which had Ja Preza
Okay.
from
Oh, I like
Zimbabwe.
Japresa, yes.
Of the Giants, it's a platform that I recently Zen Promotion just started last year in December, and it celebrates it gets to invite an African artist as well as Botswana's greatest giants of music to be
Okay.
on one center stage. So
Okay.
I must say that is one of the I don't have like a specific, because I celebrate all, whatever that what I touch, it turns
Yes.
out into being magic. So I don't have
Fantastic.
like a specific event that I can say this surpasses, because whether it's a small intimate event or whether it's a small event, and I'm currently working on with with a group of women that are from the jazz sector, being Nunu Ramokoti, Puna Habasiani, and Nono Sile, that great, phenomenal women that sing the genre of jazz. On the 22nd of April, we're working on having a very big jazz event that will be celebrating women, and we'll be giving a tribute. We'll be giving a tribute performance to one of the the founders of music.
Yeah.
She's visually impaired. Her name is Anna Fikidita. So I'm also looking forward. So I don't have a particular event that I can just actually highlight to say this, because all the events that are really coordinated, they're very sentimental, they're very special, and they're there to nurture and build to the growth of Botswana's music industry.
That's amazing. I mean, I can feel the confidence from you. That's just crazy. You're like crazy confident with what you do. You said everything you touch turns to magic. And that's a very bold statement, but I can feel that you really believe that, and it's true. Where the industry where it is now, are you happy with it? Do you see progress? Do you think that things that need to be done in the creative industry in Botswana, or are you happy with the progress where things are going?
What things are going, post-COVID, remember we had COVID, and COVID left a whole lot of, the whole world onto pause. We're all on a pause mode. I'm very happy that, the industry is fully open now in Botswana. And it gives us more time now to really regroup. And even though it has also brought a lot of, positive change. Right now we're on a digital migration space. And thanks to COVID, because, we were so much used to, not doing visual interviews or doing virtual and all that. So I'd like to believe that Botswana is on a good track as well. In terms of policies that advocates for the creative space, especially women, I think that we're a little bit behind. As an advocate that stands out to represent women for the contribution that they've done in my country, I would say that I would like to see, in terms of acts and in terms of policies, women and the girl child being protected, and it being in black and white, that women should also have representation, have a quota to say, we should have an inclusion of women, especially in decision making, in decision making, and also into contributing to the development and the growth of the entertainment space, because I believe that women are equally capable to deliver in every field as their male counterparts. So I'd love to see an inclusion of women.
So when you say inclusion, do you mean policies that make it obligatory to appoint women in certain quotas, or do you think just making women, just empowering women in the way they think and things they want to achieve in the future to know that they can go for these things, or do you think they should have like roles set out for them and women should be able to fill those roles, like the policies?
There should be roles that should be specified particularly for women. And they should be policies that says, I mean, even in quotas, just to says a certain ratio of women should be. I mean, like, I'm the Botswana Entertainment Promoters Association. We had more. I was the only woman sitting in the executive committee, and it doesn't mean women were not interested. Women are still intimidated, but if it's there and the law supports them, and we should also see funding as well being allocated to women. I'd love to see women organization, women companies, women-owned companies also getting the same respect in terms of being founded. Not only having male counterparts, companies, being founded, when we have women who have got a greater responsibility of wearing so many hats, getting little or rare support in terms of
I mean, that's good. So now you've brought up funding. Let's talk funding. So what would you like to see? What would you like to see in terms of funding? Where's the money coming from? Is it coming from advertising? Is it coming from ticket sales? Is it coming from, where is it coming from? And where would you like it to come from more in the future?
I really like to give the government of Botswana a round of applause in terms of,
Okay.
in terms of really supporting the creative space of Botswana.
Yes.
They've really done a phenomenal job. Like every July in our country, we get to have like president's competition,
Okay.
whereby that they are sponsored by the ministry that is in charge of the of the
Arts
youth
and culture.
empowerment, sports,
Okay.
and culture development here in Botswana. And they get to give a competitive platform to
Okay.
all sectors of the entertainment space.
Okay.
So through that is also funding, because when you give people a platform of competing and appreciating them, with a financial aid, that comes in a long way. We also have different sectors, government sectors, that are just generally representing women funding. And I would like to advocate or see those sectors as well opening up for women that are in the creative space,
Okay.
because women that are in tourism,
Yeah.
women that that are in tourism and mining,
They
they're
get a lot
more
of help.
recognized than women in the
Yeah.
creative space. So I'd like to see the kind of respect being
Right.
given to women in the creative space, because
Right.
the world, the evolution and where the world is right now, creative space is it's a necessity, and
Oh yeah,
women in the creative space
absolutely.
are continue to make a mark and proving that they are equally able, and the creative space also contributes into the economy of the country. So
Right.
we might just as well see them also being given the recognition and the support that women in other industries that are there, like in sports, in mining, in telecommunication. Let's also see the same respect being given to women in the creative space.
Right. So talking about like the entertainment industry in general, and you've seen like how the African Afrobeat, so to speak, industry has exploded internationally. Like it's insane now. They're selling out venues in Wembley and all over the world. Do you see the same happening for Botswana artists as well? And do you see, is there like a superstar? Do you see a superstar in the near future who's going to be doing the same thing? And do you see others following in their footsteps? Do you see it happening as well in Botswana?
Yes, we've got great phenomenal artists that are phenomenal, that female artists, and I believe they have a chance. I mean, like I've said earlier on, we've had female artists such as Samantha Mogwe, female artists such as Nunu Ramokoti and Punaka Basiani and Karo Marantau being nominated in the diaspora
Yeah,
in
yes.
competitive platforms such as
Yes.
Afrima Hava.
Yes.
So definitely that means if they can be recognized for a nomination in the diaspora, so definitely they are ready for the center world
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
We just need to, it's up to us as the music agents, music managers, just to make sure that we do a whole lot of marketing to sell that craft to the rest of the world.
All right. So tell us about a day in the life. What's a day in the life of Zenzele?
Zenzele is a mother. I'm a
Oh.
mother, and I'm a mother, and I'm an industry captain. I'm an advocate. I'm a sister. I think obviously, yes, I am dating. And I'm very outgoing, and I'm a woman of faith. I'm a believer. I'm a firm believer. I believe in Christ, Jesus Christ, that everything that I've managed to achieve is through the grace of God.
That's fantastic.
And in terms of hobbies, I love traveling. I love traveling in my country. I love traveling within Africa.
Okay.
I've been to Tokyo, Japan. I've been to the USA. Obviously Asia, a lot of South America. I've been to mostly Southern Africa, and I really would love to travel to East and West Africa,
Okay.
because I love, I love I really love great clothes, and I think Africa got one greater market that Africa could tap on and grow is the fashion industry. Is the fashion
Absolutely.
industry. And I
Absolutely.
love the cuisine. I love the cuisine of I believe that Africa has got one of the best cuisine in terms of food, in terms of music, in terms of textiles. We just have a rich culture that we need to take to the rest of the world and embrace.
Absolutely. And it's growing. It's happening already. It's happening. It's just in the last 10 years, the changes that have, the recognition of the fabric, of the food, of the music, it's just, so I'm just so excited to see where we are in another 5 years, another 10 years. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to just watch what happens,
No, it's continuously to dominate, even in film.
Oh, yeah. And now, yes.
We're seeing a lot
it's
of
exploded.
Africa content on Netflix.
Yes.
Netflix with a whole lot of growth.
And Amazon Prime is joining. Yeah, Amazon Prime has joined. Yes, coming to Africa as well.
That's even a better bonus. So you know, platforms such as Jumbo,
yes,
Jumbo radio station, also, you're also showcasing and taking to the rest of the world the greatness that Africa.
Absolutely,
Africa is it's home to greatness, to song, to dance,
and so much culture. Yes,
yes.
Absolutely.
And that's still really, really, really raw, and it's not even borrowed. It's still original. Yes.
And what do you want? What would you want to take to the listeners who are listening to you right now? Okay, and people who are watching you, by the way, right now, live. What after this interview, what do you want them to take away from this interview? What do you want them to know about you, know about what you do, support you? What do you want to promote? Is there anything you want to say so the listeners can go away with that?
Okay, first of all, what I want to say is that, I want to encourage women out there who've got different talents, that whole talents, because I live from what started as a passion, and then now it's a full-time job. I'd like to encourage any woman or any younger girl who's out there to say, there couldn't have been any better moment for motivation or for inspiration than this day, as we celebrate Women's Month, a month of women that celebrate women excellence. And I'd like to encourage any woman who's out there and thinking, how do I start about it? I just want to say I would just like to say to any woman or any girl child who's watching this interview, to say that, we are created equally, by God. Let's take up the space that's out there. Let's have a footing as women who are out there. And I'd just like to say, to potential business community that, there is great potential of investment in terms of Africa's growth and Africa's act. And definitely Botswana it's of great potential. We've got a great political landscape. We've got a great country. We've got great culture, and a nation that is so full of Boto, which is Ubuntu,
Ubuntu.
And
I love that community.
Yes, and I'd love for them to visit Botswana and get to experience our food, our beautiful cuisine, music, our rhythm, even our beautiful, style, and the tourism, the diamonds, the beef, everything great about Botswana. And, keep supporting women that are out there that are taking up space, women such as me. And I'm glad that, the universe gave me a chance 25 years ago when I started in this creative space. And I hope that my story comes as an inspiration to somebody out there who's trying to find it and can't make it, that it's equally possible. You just have to have the zeal, believe in yourself, and inshallah, you shall be able to receive whatever you set your eyes on.
That's fantastic. I mean, it's so good to hear that. I mean, you're not like promoting, saying, oh, do this or do that. You're actually just encouraging people and highlighting your country and the industry. That's amazing. So are you ready to have some fun before we end this?
Yes. Like I say, on the 22nd of April, I have my date with the girls. We will be celebrating,
22nd of April.
We're celebrating with Africa's greatness. And I'm very thankful that last night, after 25 years, finally they watched my hands. I through an award ceremony. I received prestigious awards. And thank you so much to Jumbo, to Jumbo Radio for this great opportunity. Continue to take Africa to the rest of the world and continue to celebrate our art and music.
We will do that.
Because together as Africans, we can come together as one and make it
happen.